Right, hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're back with another match preview. This time it's Swansea City versus Queen's Park Rangers in the Sky Bet Championship 3pm kickoff at the Swansea.com Stadium this Saturday. But before we get into our part, we have got a QPR fan on called Adam, who's been on our channel loads of times before, as you may know. So yeah, before we get into our part, we'll hand it over to him to see what he thinks ahead of the game.
Right, so Swansea away coming up on Saturday. We've had a really inconsistent start to the season, but I think we're starting to find our feet. You know, we won our last two and then we drew the game before, so I'm feeling fairly confident. The only issue we have is up top because, Dice is an absolute donkey. So, but other than that, we're doing all right. So I reckon we can come away with wins. I know Swansea have had a pretty poor start to the season, and we've brought in a couple of good signings lately. We've got Ethan Laird, who's come in, he used to play for Swansea, I'm pretty sure, on loan. Yeah, we've got him on loan, so I'm feeling fairly confident. So I reckon it's going to be a 1-0 Rangers win down at the Liberty. Would go, but I'm on holiday, so I won't be. But I'll be cheering them on the plane. Well, yeah, whatever. Anyway, come on, yours.
So massive thanks to Adam for featuring on our channel. His link will be down in the description, so go subscribe to him.
Right, so now onto our part then. So yeah, you know, it is going to be a tough game. We're obviously off the back of a very disappointing 1-1 draw, and I was fuming about that. Kind of calmed down a bit now, but you know, it shouldn't be happening. Before the game, I probably would have taken a point because I didn't think we were going to get anything, but due to the circumstances and how the game went, to bottle it like that again later on is very frustrating. Is it the end for Russell Martin? I don't know. I did say I'd give him until the end of August, and then maybe he has to be on his bike, but you know, I'm still very undecided. I wouldn't send Martin out, but I'm very much leaning that way. But, you know, it's very, very frustrating. But, you know, this is a game we should be winning now at home against QPR. No disrespect to QPR, but we should be winning our home games. You know, we haven't even won at home this season. It's embarrassing. We should be winning this game. I don't think we will. Well, I don't know. I think we could, but you know, it's going to be tough. But we definitely should be winning our home games. But it is going to be a tough game against QPR. But what do you think going into this game?
Yeah, there's not many positives we could take from that Stoke City game, to be honest with you. You know, Stoke arguably deserved to win the game with the amount of chances they had. You know, they were unlucky. They hit the bar once from, I think it was Liam Delap, I think he hit the bar. Yeah, they had a penalty shout towards the end as well, which could have gone either way. But yeah, QPR, they are a decent side. You know, I'm not going to knock them because they are really, really good. And at home form's been terrible so far this season. So obviously it would be nice to get our first home win, but I don't know if I see it happen after recent performances. It's just, you know, we haven't won in our last 3 or 4 games now, and you know, it's just, you know, we've made some good signings across the way. We've made some decent signings recently, but yeah, it's just not looking good at the moment, and we have to beat QPR. If we don't, then we're in big trouble. And you know, we are near the bottom half of the table now. Well, we are on the bottom half of the table, but you know, I suppose a positive we can take is we're out of the relegation zone, but that won't last for long. So this game could go either way, but I don't know if I see Swans winning this.
Yeah. Now onto the injury news then. So starting off with the Swans injury news, Luke will address you with that to start with.
Yeah, Swans injury news is Liam Walsh and Joel Actabilge, the usual ones. And then you've obviously got Ben Cabango still with a suspension.
Yeah, and then as for QPR, I believe they've got a fully fit squad to choose from, so no injury worries for them. But now moving on to the key players, and so if there's any QPR fans watching this, these are the Swans players you need to look out for. Well, number 1, I'm going to go with Joel Pirro. That's obviously if he stays, because as the time of recording this, it is transfer deadline day. Number 2, Harry Darling. Been an excellent signing since he's come in. And thirdly, Joe Allen. I thought he's been one of our best players this season, but would you add anyone else?
Yeah, a surprising one, but I'd go for Ollie Cooper. I thought against Stoke, I thought he played excellently. I thought he's one of our better players, and I don't see why he shouldn't start more often. You know, I think, you know, so far this season he's been better than, obviously, Ncham, in my opinion. If Ncham does actually leave, I wouldn't mind that, because I feel like we can move on from him, and I think we do have replacements at the club. So I think I'd go for Ollie Cooper there as well.
Yeah, and now on to the QPR key players then. So first I'm going to go with our ex-man, Ethan Laird. Obviously played for us on loan last season. He scored a goal the other day, actually. I think it's his first senior goal. So I'm going to go with him. Secondly, I'm going to go with Chris Willock, obviously the brother of Joe Willock. And thirdly, I'm going to go with Elias Chair. Just seems to score every time I check QPR scores. He always seems to be on the score sheet. But would you add anyone else?
Oh yeah, I'll add 3 players. Well, one of them is Jimmy Dunn, a defender, ex-Burnley, plays in the Premier League. Tyler Roberts, an ex-Premier League player, obviously a Welsh international, played for Leeds, so I've got those 2 as well. And then another one, I'll go for Macaulay Bonne, obviously got some experience in League One, played very, very well for Ipswich. I know League One and Championship is a lot different, but I think you can definitely adapt to the Championship really well in a very decent QPR side, so I'll add those 3.
Yeah, and then now moving on to the lineup I'm going to go with. So in goal, Andy Fisher. Right wing back, Matty Soranola. Left wing back, Ryan Manning. 3 centre backs, Kyle Norton, Harry Darling and Nathan Wood. 2 in midfield, I'm going to go with Matt Grimes and Joe Allen. And then I'm going to go with 2 players then as playing as inverted wingers, Olivier Encham and Ollie Cooper. And then up front I'm going to go with Joel Pirro. Don't know if Michael Obafemi is still going to be here. Obviously, as I said, this is filmed on deadline day. But even if he is, that's the lineup I'd go with. I just think Ollie Cooper's been brilliant. And I think Nacham was bright when he came on. So I think those 2 just behind Pirro should work magic, in my opinion. But what's your lineup?
Oh yeah, in goal, I will go for Andy Fisher. Right wing back, Matty Soranola, who I thought had a great game against QPR. Left wing back, Ryan Manning. 3 at the back, I'll go for Nathan Wood, Kyle Norton and Harry Darling. In midfield, I will go for... I think I'll go for Ollie Cooper, Encham, Matt Grimes, and then Perot and Patterson as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so 4 midfielders and Perot up front. And then finally onto the score prediction. So, 1-1 draw. Joel Pirro again, I think, continues scoring. And then for QPR, I'm going to go with Elias Chair. But what's your prediction?
I'm going to go for Swansea City 0, QPR 2, just because of our recent performances. I just don't see us getting a goal against them. I think Macaulay Bonne will score, and I will go for... I'll go for Lyndon Dykes.
Yeah. Obviously, a massive thanks for watching this video. We'll be back tomorrow for a match day vlog. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, cheers.